the photon cannons. That would be very helpful. Now, here comes Zerg once more, trying to take off some of these cannons. There goes one of them right there, almost getting a second one. Maybe 2 cannons go down, but the Colossus is here. It actually might not be here for long, as it is just about dead. It has 6 hit points. Oh, there it goes. There goes the Colossus. It is indeed gone. However, there is a second one being chrono boosted on the way. And extended thermal lance is on the way with chrono boost as well. Definitely not a bad idea, especially considering the loss of the first one there. And here comes an Overlord, probably just sent it in there a little bit of an accident. But up here at the Zerg base, we can see there are now roaches on the way. That'll definitely help out there. And we've got a second hatchery in the base, evolution chamber there. You can see that weapons 1 for the range attack has already been upgraded. And looking at the units lost one more, we can see that SoBaDRush definitely lost a lot of units in the last couple minutes. You can see the discrepancy now, 4150 to 2900 in terms of resources. But now these Stalkers are in a pretty good position, barely able to outrange the Hydralisks. And I do not believe the Hydras have the range upgrade just yet. No, it looks like they do. I do apologize for that. Roach upgrades are on the way. And the Zerg is just continuing to sit around. You can see he's got some roaches up there, some hydras down here, and of course these colossi are going to make short work of these spine crawlers as they do run away onto the creep. However, the Zerg player is not really in a great position to take advantage of that, as he has now combined his forces up here closer to his natural expansion, where he is replacing the spine crawlers down and losing some overlords in the process of all of this. The Protoss might actually make a solid push on the natural. I do not know. Here comes the Zerg splitting up his forces. You can see roaches right there coming from 2 different directions. The Protoss player taking the top of the ramp. This will actually help him out a little bit as he is able to force field off some of it. But the roaches are still getting in. Literally, this is a Zerg sandwich trying to get in here and stop these Stalkers, but of course the Colossi are just walking right through them, able to get away. They are the only units to get away so far. You can see 3 of them still here, but there are plenty more Stalkers coming from the expansion to ward off the attack here, as well as 1 Champ Probe. Good job, Probe. Way to be. And so looking at the base once more, we can see additional gateways have gone down, as well as a second robotics facility, which is continuing to produce Colossi. That's exactly what the Protoss player needs, as he is trying to take over this expansion right here. Definitely a good move. You can look at the income once more, and you can see, actually, SoBaDRush, his income is actually dwindling a little bit. You can see that he has transferred some drones off of his main, which is running out of minerals. And his high yield doesn't have as many drones as you would probably want to have on it, but all these drones right here are getting ready to pop and help out mining than that. So we can expect to see SoBaDRush income go up even higher. And you can also see that because of the fact that he has that additional base, the gas is helping out as well. And 57 to 55 harvesters. Let's look once again at this fight. There are hydras and roaches coming down here, trying to take out this expansion, but the Protoss player was able to react in time. Once more, 2-pronged attack. The roaches down here are trying to take out more Colossi and possibly get another sandwich, but this time it does not work so well because there are plenty of forces down there to deal with it combined with the cannons. And now the roaches are indeed going to go down very quickly. As you can see, the Protoss still has 1 armor and 1 weapon upgrade for its land-based units. So good stuff there, and Nexus just about complete. That'll certainly help the Protoss player gain an economic advantage as he continues to expand. The Zerg player is definitely going to lose his minerals in the base very soon. Protoss is actually closer to doing that. He is currently boosting out weapons level 2. So that should help us Colossi even more, as the Zerg player just continues to focus on Hydras and Roaches. He does have a Spire, just about complete, and I think we're going to see some Corruptors here in the very near future, as that is exactly what the Zerg player needs to combat the Colossus push that is giving him so much trouble. The important question is whether or not he will make enough or too many of the Corruptors. He'll just have to make the appropriate amount, and he'll have to use them really will. Have to see some good micro, because he doesn't want to overdo it with the Corruptors and then not have enough land units to finish it off. So we might see some hit and run. We do have 2 evolution chambers here now. We can see that the armor one is completed. Nothing else is on the way though. So we'll have to see what happens now, as there is now kind of a lull in the game. Zerg has expanded up here to the 12 o'clock position on the map. Might be moving out, however. I definitely think the Protoss player has gained the upper hand in terms of the army. You can see the size right now It's 136 to 161, but you've got the Colossi, and if you looked at the production tab a second ago, you'd see that Psystorm and High Templars are on the way. So that will definitely even the odds here as Zerg once again gets ready to move out. We do have 5 Corruptors here on the map right now, as well as a fairly even balance of Roaches and Hydralisks, which are getting ready to once again attack maybe 2 positions at once. I do not know. I guess it's just going to kind of be a half attack at this point. Not really going to accomplish too much, as sure enough, here we go with the second 2-prong attack. One attack is coming on down here at the southern part in the natural expansion. Another attack in the northern part where there are indeed Psystorms going down. The Corruptors are taking out the Colossi. The Stalkers are trying to kill them, but it's just not enough damage before several Colossi and Food and Geek go down. So there goes all of the Colossi. The Stalkers are all that is left, along with three Zealots here, trying to do their job. But I don't know if the Zerg really is going to be able to recover from that, because he lost so many units. All he has now is Corruptors, so we'll have to see what he makes. He is definitely making more Hydras, more Roaches, which is probably the best move at this point, considering the tech options that he has chosen to go with. And, of course, the Protoss is actually looking to go out and maybe get a little bit of map control, checking out the high yield once more. I'm still kind of surprised that he hasn't gone and scouted anywhere on the other side of the map. But I guess he's just kind of figuring this is where the most critical fights are, and he's just playing really defensively, trying to get an economic advantage and wear down the Zerg until he can finally make one solid, one strong push into the Zerg's natural expansion. So looking up here, we can see that the Kadarin Amulet is just about complete, and there are Immortals on the way for the Protoss player, as well as additional Zerg armor and weapons upgrades. Got a couple more Corruptors coming in. Don't know if that's the best decision, because the Corruptors that he had the last time are more than enough to handle all of the Colossi, but well, like I said before, it's all about balance. You got to have the right amount to do the job, and any more is too much, and any less, and you're going to have some dead changelings. So those changelings did not last for very long at all, as more High Templar are warping into the field. Observers are going to continue to scout around the Zerg base. I think there's 1 or 2 of them already in position. But here comes some more Zerg forces patrolling pretty close to the Protoss base, but not really close enough to look like we're going to have a fight here, as we are now sitting on 8 Corruptors, so that should be plenty. Nope, 9 right there. Just hanging out, got some more drones transferring over here, and both players are just continuing to build up. We do have ground armor level 2 on the way for the Protoss player, and a hive, which should be done in a little bit over a minute, or under a minute rather. And so the Protoss might actually be looking to make a move. You can see he has switched, like I said earlier, from Colossi to Immortals, which I think will actually help a lot, considering how much money has gone into the Corruptors thus far. And it's definitely going to catch the Zerg player off guard. As you can see, all the Corruptors are completely bored now. A ton of Psystorms go down and blanket the Zerg army. The Protoss forces are just walking right over it like nobody's business. A couple of High Templar do go down, but all that is left of the Zerg forces are a Queen, some Overlords, and some very scared Corruptors, as the Protoss continues to blink in and push the Zerg forces back into their natural expansion. 1 Roach here drives them off. Not really, but that's okay, because we can see that there is corruption on the Immortals. Definitely a good move there, but the Protoss player is now seeing, that Zerg player has had the high yield, and he's realizing now that he's had the high yield for such a long time, as it is just about mined out. But nevertheless, the Protoss player is indeed killing it right now. There is no way the Zerg player will be able to stop the Protoss in time, especially since we still do have a High Templar here, which is loaded up with enough energy for 1 Psystorm, and 1 Hydra, who is apparently the luckiest Hydra on the planet. Oh, never mind, you are not so lucky anymore, as the Protoss continues to kill more Zerglings and just gain more and more map control. He still has not discovered the expansions up in the 12 o'clock position, but you can see that there is definitely an attack of desperation from the drones here down into the Protoss base. Poor drones, not meant for combat, but that is what they have been assigned to do, as the Protoss forces now move in here. Once again, this may be the final push. I do not know. This is pretty much all the Zerg has at this point. You can look at the income, and you can see that SoBaDRush is definitely hurting in comparison to Sen now. Sen has done a very good job of waiting it out, playing rather defensively, and now he's going to make a big push with Psystorms going down on all of the Zerg units who do back out. but we do have some more Side Storms going down once again, blanketing the unit lines, and now there are Plankstalkers coming in here, mopping the floor with the Hydrals, who are retreating to the cover of the Corruptors, who are like, what do you want me to do, man? I can't do anything about this. So they're going to fly away. And now, all you've got left is a Spine Crawler, a GGQQ, and a boatload of angry Stalkers who are going to take the game for Sen. So congratulations to Sen for winning this game. Definitely had an unorthodox start, but definitely very entertaining game. And so yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you later.